Hey yo, I'm in the airport right now and just got off the phone with Chief and he told me to spit, so I'm gonna spit. This summer went through fucking hell and heaven all simultaneously at once. Pretty much my whole freshman year at college, I was being guided towards breatharianism by angels or whatever you want to call it. Like everything was so serendipitous and divinely timed that it was kind of like a who the fuck am I not to trust whatever the fucking universe is telling me. When it's telling me not to eat, that's what happened, and I stopped eating. um and it wouldn't tell me in words, it would come in words too through different people as I'm thinking certain thoughts. Like I'd be walking down the street and I'd be thinking something, and then the conversations of people walking towards me would be in response to whatever thought I had just had. And that just goes to show you that we are literally one with God and we are a piece of God, and we could constantly communicate with it, her, him, Holy Trinity all at once, and yeah. So it was basically like stop eating, and I was like, I cried a fucking shit ton during the process, and eventually like it led to me becoming breatharian, and I was breatharian. I was legitimately 100% sustained off the prana in the air. I wasn't eating or drinking anything at all. I mean, maybe having like a half a coconut water a day and like totally just buzzing 24/7, not being able to sleep, not being just constantly just getting downloads 20. Like it was to a point where I could literally ask anything, and but I wasn't ready for that, I guess. And it got really gnarly really fast. Like when you're at that frequency and not eating, all of your thoughts are instantly, like literally instantly manifested into reality and into your external reality too. And yeah, dude, life would be like a bad acid trip for cool 4 hour chunks of time. Remember how I was saying like I'd be walking down the street and the conversations of people would be answering my thoughts. It wasn't just like one or two people. It was like literally every single person on that I'd come into contact with, and I couldn't run from it either. Like I'd turn left and it'd be the same shit, and I thought I was going schizophrenic for a couple days. And fucking yeah, dude, it got fucking just gnarly anxiety, and yeah. And like to the point where I even had the suicidal thought, like a serious suicidal thought. I was like, fuck, dude, like I seriously might jump off this bridge. And then there was this dude who walked past me, and he had a tattoo of a gun on his arm, and it said, just do it. And that's pretty much the point when I started eating again. Yeah, I started eating again. I was carrying around fluoride toothpaste in my pocket as like a little blue pill, because I just got too fucking, I don't know. But yeah, so like throughout that whole thing, let me backtrack. So 3:33, right when I turned my head. But so when I got home from college after being breatharian, my family saw how skinny I was. And I'll put a picture in like at the end or something. But my family saw how skinny I was, and they were like, "Oh my God, you're anorexic. You're anorexic. You have an eating disorder. You're addicted." All this shit, and just totally like programmed me. And I was already dealing with like all those food demons myself, I guess, like all those cravings and urges, and pretty much all those things that kept me from enlightenment, like those cravings, those urges, I totally just demonized. And so my whole entire ego, my sense of self was fucking way more extremified than any of the shit that I was going through actually was. So like I used to smoke weed, and my perception on weed was fucking horrible. My perception on food was an addiction. Fucking so when I started eating again, back up. So when I got home, my family was like, "You're fucking anorexic," and I was meditating in my room that same night, and I started to go through like this portal, the spinning portal, and that had never really happened before in meditation. And I heard my aunt's voice, saying, you need to gain weight. And then I got sucked out of the portal. And then I started seeing all this devil imagery with food, like a devil with the plate of food on his hand, fucking like a roasted pig with like an apple in its mouth, spinning on a fucking, just hella shit. And it just spooked me hella bad. And so anyways, I leave my aunt's house because they weren't conducive to what I was trying to do at the time. And then I got down to my mom's place in San Jose, and I don't know, it's not hood, but it's like kind of grimy. And I'm just walking around the airport right now. But I was meditating down at this creek, just like in the middle of flat city land. And it went from just my eyes closed being black to like a way, way, way more fucking gnarly void. That's the only way I could describe it. It was like a void. It was just nothing. And I heard this fucking super authoritative, condemning voice. Look at what you've done. I don't remember the exact words it said, but it was some shit like that. And fucking, I saw like just all the sins I had done, all the unconscious overeating and smoking and stealing, all the shit that I had done over the past couple years, ever since I really got on the path and just eat, sleep, breathe the information and nature. And anyways, and it was like, what the fuck? And it was basically what it was saying was like, make it right, So the next day, dude, I straight up thought I was gonna fucking like, the universe was gonna tell me to fucking go in the forest go in the fucking desert and just fast until I fucking just wither away and die. And I'd be doing some like sacrifice for my, anyway, some shit like that. But it wasn't like that at all. So the next morning, I got a backpack and I left the house. And the universe was pretty much just like, take nothing, go. And I'll instruct you along the way. And so the next morning, I was like, okay, I do want some stuff. Just being materialistic or not trusting all the way, I guess. And got a computer, $300, a tent, sleeping bag, North Face jacket. Like I was set to be on the road, I guess. And signs and angels, whatever you want to, like, just throughout every fucking choice in life was literally super extremified. Like if I did that, it would be a super obvious like little test. Like there'd be a pair of fucking like just brand new Nike Air Maxes in my size, and there'd be nobody around, and I could either fucking take them and like suffer some instant karma, like tripping and falling on my ass, or fucking a homeless person poured coffee on me one time after I didn't give. Anyways, but yeah, just shit like that. And it really made me realize how unselfless I am by how much I was resisting the selfless deeds that it required of me. Maybe that's normal, I don't know, but like I fucking struggled giving up my computer. And but pretty much, yeah, I gave away everything, literally everything I had, and it was pretty much just like a trust that I'll provide for you type thing. And sure fucking enough, within the next 2 days, some fucking guy on the side of the road in San Francisco gave me $200 cash, just out of nowhere. Fucking, I got some way nicer North Face sleeping bag that folded up to like, anyways, fucking basically I was provided for. And I was still losing weight, like as this was going on, and I was still fucking struggling. Imagine giving up food. Yeah. And what the fuck am I doing walking around? That's my fucking ADHD right there. Okay, anyways. Somewhere. Oh, so then I started seeing, so then the fucking more I would not eat, the more gnarlier and intensified shit would get. And, I was seeing a whole bunch of different Bible verses that would have to do with exactly what I was going through at that same time. Like when I'm trying to remember a specific example, but I can't really think of one. But I just remember seeing a whole bunch of different Job stuff when God was like telling me to give everything away. And anyways, yeah. So when I started eating again, I was seeing all this devil imagery everywhere, like literally everywhere. And I remember the day I decided to do it. Actually, I was at this Tibetan store called the Love of Ganesh on Haight Street in San Francisco, and I was meditating in this. They have this back tent, and I was meditating in there. And then all of a sudden, like I just started having these visualizations of all these like it was like energy, but it was shifting forms in between all these religious figures like Jesus, different angels, fucking Buddha, like those little blue guys. I don't know who they are. Oh, the Hare Krishna dudes. Fucking, yeah, those dudes, like just a whole bunch of shit. And I guess just man's interpretation of God throughout all the different forms that were worshipped throughout this entire simulation. And right after that, like, that's pretty much when it all changed. Like, I started eating again, and sure fucking enough, like, that demonized sense of self fucking just slowly crept in, and an extremified version of everything that I once was just totally enveloped my whole perception, and I totally lost connect. I know I'm always connected no matter what because I am a piece of God, but I don't know. It's not the same. And hey, my plane's boarding right now, but that's pretty much this fucking summarized.